John Sparks joining us again today, our senior editor of the Maris Poll website, Pebbles and Pundits. And today, John, you're in Peoria, Arizona. You were in Surprise the other day. How far is that? Where have you moved to?
Lee, we moved about 10 miles east. Surprise is on the far west side of the Phoenix area, the greater Phoenix area. And so we're about 10 miles east. Actually, the stadium we're at today is shared by the Seattle Mariners
Oh,
and the
okay.
San Diego Padres. And
Okay.
today, the Padres are hosting the Los Angeles Angels. And uh, many people will tell you that the Angels are expected to win the American League West. They've added Josh Hamilton.
They've really beefed up this year in terms of their lineup. Who should we look for? Who's new on the team?
Well, oh my word, of course, Josh Hamilton from the Rangers. If you take Josh Hamilton, you add Mike Trout and Albert Pujols, those three guys combined for more than 100 home runs last year. And so the Angels are bankrolling and hoping that that offense will carry them to the promised land.
Yeah, 100 home runs more. I think they're going to take them right off the Yankee bats. That's about as many as we've lost this year. What's their pitching staff look like for the Angels this year if they're going to be competitive?
Well, Jared Weaver is the ace, no question. And he, in spring training right now, has a 1.50 ERA. He has been in 2 Cactus League starts, has 8 strikeouts. Now, as you know, this is Cactus League. We're taking a look, but he's done quite well. And wanted to go back to the offense just for a minute.
Sure.
Mike Trout is hitting 318 right now, has scored 6 runs. Josh Hamilton 6 for 19 so far in Cactus League. He's had 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and Pujols has homered in each of his last 2 starts. So this team is starting to warm up, and everybody in the Angel camp is very, very optimistic about their prospects.
Now, did I read where Trout's contract is somewhere below A-Rod's this year? Is that true?
Yes, and it just brings back woes to those of us that follow the Bombers in the Bronx, who don't seem to get as much mileage for their money.
So you're expecting the Angels could be very competitive in the AL West. They finished 3rd last year, but they were 16 games above 500. So you think this is a team to watch?
I do. I think that the Rangers are in a tailspin. I mean, you add Josh Hamilton to the Angel lineup, but you take him away from the Texas lineup.
Yeah.
Poles has had a year of the American League under his belt, so he was a little disappointing last year. And my word, Mike Trout, what a surprise! And he doesn't seem to be slowing down any from what he did last year.
No. Now you have the Angels. We grew up fans of the Subway Series in New York with the Yankees and either the Dodgers or the then New York baseball giants. Could we have a not Subway Series? Could we have an all West Coast Los Angeles series this year between the Angels and the Dodgers? Is that something?
I think it is. The Dodgers now are spending, and in fact, they have the record for the biggest spenders this year. They are taking over where the boss dropped off. They're spending more than any other team in Major League Baseball, and I think that they may get themselves the World Series ring for Mattingly that he never got in the Bronx.
Yeah, old Donnie Baseball might finally get one for the ring finger.
Yeah, they picked up a lot of people from our old nemesis, the Red Sox. I mean, you got Josh Beckett there, you got Carl Crawford. It'll be interesting to see if the year with Bobby V was, had that effect on players and maybe they bounce back. I don't know, but I'll tell you this, that I could envision a West Coast World Series.
Wow. Now, that's sure going to leave us New Yorkers, in the cold, literally. You've covered spring training in Florida, I know, in earlier seasons. Now you're in Arizona. Is this your first time for the Cactus League in Arizona? And how are the differences between the two venues?
It is my first year in Cactus League. I covered spring training in 1983 in Florida. 85, went back in 95. My wife, Sandy, and I took a pleasure trip in 95. Unfortunately, so did the players because that was the year of the replacement players. But we still had a good time. The difference between the Florida venue and Arizona is that everything is closer here everything is closer here in Arizona. Peoria, Surprise, Glendale, these are all like bedroom communities of Phoenix. And in Florida, you travel between Miami, Fort Lauderdale, St. Petersburg, West Palm. You got a pretty healthy drive. So it's really, I'll tell you, it is a very relaxed atmosphere in
Hmm.
both places. It's
Yeah.
a wonderful, wonderful time.
Yeah.
Fans mingle with players. It's a little bit more regimented. It has certainly developed more since the days when I first started covering it. But it's still a great time, and everybody is relaxed. They're trying to see what kind of stuff they've got, and it's great that players interact with fans.
Mhm.
It's just a wonderful experience
Yeah.
to have.
Well, that gives us a great perspective on, as they say, how it's playing in Peoria. What's next on your travel through spring training? Where are we going to catch up with you next?
Well, I'm going over and see the Dodgers tomorrow,
Oh,
and
okay.
I hope to talk to Don Mattingly, and I hope to talk to Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
They play the Chicago Cubs, and of course, how can you not love the Cubs? But Dodgers and Cubs ought to be a good game, and it'll give me a chance to see if the Dodgers have bought themselves a winner.
Yeah, well, you may be looking at one today and one tomorrow, but we'll certainly be very eagerly awaiting your next report as the Maris poll goes to spring training. Thank you, John Sparks. Really appreciate these reports.
You bet. See you, Lee.
Okay, great.